Am I the a-hole? AITA for leaving for a ski trip while my wife and kid were asleep. My wife and I have a daughter, Chloe, 4. Chloe has autism and developmental delays. Chloe gets very clingy to my wife when she doesn't feel well, and she's basically been sick since Halloween. One thing she does when she doesn't feel well is refuse to sleep without my wife, so almost every night for the past month and a half, my wife and Chloe have been sleeping in the guest room. The problem is Chloe is a kicker and likes to sprawl out, so my wife doesn't sleep well when she's sleeping next to Chloe. To let her get some rest, I've been getting up an hour and a half early every day so I could take Chloe in the mornings. I get her dressed, do her hair, give her breakfast, and drop her off at daycare/play with her on weekends while my wife locks herself in the guest room. This has been exhausting, so when my friends invited me on a ski trip last weekend, I obviously wanted to go. I tried to tell my wife about it, but she shut it down immediately. I thought she was being unfair because at least she gets a break in the mornings and when Chloe's at daycare. I don't get a break, so last weekend I packed up and left the house before Chloe and my wife woke up. I sent her a text telling her where I am and when I'll be back. When I got back, there was a note saying Chloe and my wife were staying with my wife's family, and that she hopes the trip was worth it. The only time she's spoken to me is when she texted me pictures of Chloe at a park to let me know that she's okay. My friends all say she's overreacting and that she shouldn't keep my kid from me, but my mom called me and cursed me out for leaving my wife with Chloe over the weekend. AITA. You literally ditched your family while they were sleeping, and you're really wondering if you were the a-hole. YTA. WIBTA, if I let my mom get arrested. I got a text from my mom last night saying she was shopping at my workplace and didn't have enough money, so she told them she'd be back with me so she could use my discount. We are not allowed to share our discount with family or friends like that, and I do not break rules like that, and she and I are not close, haven't been in years. I walked into work and was confronted by security because some woman was in here filling a cart and claimed to be your mom. She's done this a bunch of times and always runs out with the cart without paying. They show me a picture. Yep, that's my mom. They asked me not to warn her because they've been building a case for a few weeks and want to arrest her. If she hadn't said I was her kid, they wouldn't have anything to go on, but now they're checking I don't steal, share my discount, etc. I'm not worried about that. I have never done anything like that, but I've been there for years and now their trust in me is shaken, and for a fair reason. I could have lost my job, and I know workplace rumors spread faster than wildfire. Would I be the asshole if I don't warn her that she'll be arrested next time she's in? NTA, why would you warn her? Did she warn you she was going to steal? AITA for telling my parents I won't attend their Christmas celebration until they send my husband a separate invitation. I'll preface this by saying that my husband, Luke, M32, does not get along with my parents. You can't tell who's right or who's wrong, there's always this ongoing tension between them, but can be civil enough to sit together at one table. I recently got an invitation for Christmas celebration from my parents. The invitation including me and Luke, but Luke thought this was somewhat rude and disrespectful, because he believes he should get his own invitation and not have his name mentioned as an extension to mine. We talked and he said he wouldn't go unless they send him a proper invitation. I called Mom and asked if she could do it. She thought it was ridiculous and said that she and Dad did the same with my sister and her husband. I told her it was fine, but Luke can be sensitive like that, and so a simple invitation in a form of a text directly to him will fix it. She got defensive and said that Luke is being ridiculous. Dad claimed that Luke is trying to pull some power move to humiliate them, but I thought this was a small issue. They still thought it was ridiculous, so I told them I won't attend if they don't send him a separate invitation, because he won't attend if he doesn't get it. This blew up and my sister started arguing, saying Luke needs to get over himself, and shamed me for trying to force our parents to send him an invitation by saying I won't come if they don't. We haven't talked after that and we're waiting as of now. Edit. The invitation I received was in a text. Luke is saying that a simple text to him will finish the conflict, but my parents still think it's ridiculous, and that they won't invite him since they already have. Update. I just got off the phone with my sister. She told me our parents have just disinvited me. Luke was probably already disinvited since the argument occurred, from the celebration. I feel horrible, but I can't argue anymore, just like I can't argue about what everybody else in the comments is saying. I admit it. Luke is the problem. He just caused me to be disinvited from the event, and is blaming me for it. I'm interested what the backstory is here actually. Right? If this is any indication, I bet Luke is the issue. Yeah, I laughed out loud that they can't tell who the problem is. The problem is Luke. This is not a two-sided issue. He is isolating Op, who is so used to tiptoeing around him and his nonsense that she can't tell where the problem began. I'm going to speculate that there's tension because Op's parents see Luke exactly for who he is, a temperamental little AH who likes to control OP, and they ain't having it. I agree. But also Reddit loves to hang anyone who doesn't 1000% stand behind their spouse against their parents/family. You're still right, Toe. He does sound like a problem person and a shit stirrer. AITA, asking my husband to lie about his unemployment at my work holiday party. I'm a 36F and my husband 37 meters has been unemployed for the last 4-ish years while we've been together for nearly 8 years. His unemployment saga is a long one, but it's been a mix of intentional and unintentional. Sometimes it's been convenient and intentional. We had a baby and wanted to do parental leave together within the last year. And at other times it's been more of a point of contention, as in after we hired full-time nanny he still has not made progress on job search nearly 6 months later. And there were 3 other years of non-progress we can somewhat blame on the pandemic, but also a lack of trying. The day of the party I asked him not to mention his unemployment. His response was that he didn't want to go. I made him feel like shit, and that I'd only want to bring him if he had a job. That's not the case because I love him and my co-workers all like him too. At my last work holiday party 3 years ago, he did share his unemployment, and I do have to admit I feel some shame that he doesn't have much progress 3 years later. And I know it's a longer story, but just too much to unpack at a cocktail party. I shouldn't care what people think, but I am realistic that it's noteworthy. I also felt like it's potentially weakening me at work if they know I'm the sole breadwinner and I am very reliant on the job. So I went to the party without him. Today, the day after the party, he's barely talked to me, and when I pressed, he says he feels I'm embarrassed of him, and that the only thing that would change it is him getting a job. He is shocked that I am not apologizing. I understand it's hurtful, and I asked him to lie about something he once had an issue with lying about. But I don't think I would change my request. I felt like his words 3 years ago that he was looking for a new job and career is the real lie. Because every time it comes up, he's made no progress because we are so busy. I love him and I would love him regardless of his employment, but what bothers me is that he says it will change and then it doesn't. AITA for asking him to lie. Am I in the wrong for making him feel bad? Is he the asshole for being offended? Is he the asshole for not making progress on a job? ESH. You suck because it's never a good idea to lie, plus it really lets your husband know you think he's a loser. What if one of your work colleagues knows of an opening, or can introduce your husband to someone who could help? Your husband sucks because when you have a kid, you need to get off your butt and provide when there's a nanny at home. I'd mow lawns slash flip burgers slash drive for Deliveroo or Uber. Really, anything is better than nothing. Honestly? You guys seriously need counseling, and he may need extra help because he sounds stuck slash depressed. ESH, yes, if he's not making any effort and being completely reliant on you, he's definitely an R. It's not as if he's being a sard, if you have a nanny. But also being so embarrassed that you'd rather your partner didn't mix with your work colleagues in case they find out he's unemployed is super weird. Surely that's just a minor point in the conversation. What do you do?
Oh, I did X, Y, Z, but I'm in between jobs at the moment.
What are you doing over the holidays? Like, surely no one goes to a work party and talks about work. That would be really depressing. And if they pressed him and asked why, then they would be being rude. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.